I'm about to share with you a strategy that's helped a lot of our clients 4 times their close ratio from cold traffic. So stick around and I'm going to share with you exactly what it takes to take someone who's out there in the world who knows nothing of you or your facility to a long-term happy member. So first, it's important to recognize the difference between an organic lead and a driven lead. A lot of times, gym owners will talk to me or studio owners will say something like, oh, we worked with someone who did Facebook ads or some other type of lead generation and it didn't work for us. Well, the reality is when you look at a driven lead, someone that comes from some sort of marketing, usually, not always, but typically they're not as far along the buyer path. So think about an organic lead. Maybe they drive by your facility and then they hear about one of their friends that works out in your facility or practices yoga there or whatever you do in your studio, right? Then they drive by again another time. Then maybe they hear about an event that you're doing and they see you there at the event. And then eventually they look you up online. And by this time, they're calling their friend and saying, hey, what do you pay for membership? And how's it work over there? What's it like? And then eventually they'll drive by one more time and come in through the doors. It typically takes, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12 impressions for an organic lead to come in through the doors. So by the time they show up, they're typically already ready to purchase membership. They're far along the buyer's process. And that could take 6 months, it could take 3 months, it could take a year, it could take 2 years. But something happens and they come in through the door basically ready to buy, knowing everything about your facility, having read reviews, having talked to friends, and they show up, they try a workout, and they get started. A lot of times I'll talk with owners and they'll tell me, oh, yeah, I close like 8 out of 10. Like basically everyone that comes in, we close. So if you've recognized that thought process in your facility, analyze your lead sources and really look at them. Take a hard look. Are you talking to people that are mostly organic and coming in through your website or friends of members that you have already? Then good. They should be onboarded at a rate of about 8 out of 10, right? Now the other side of the coin is if you're working with driven leads, it's a little bit of a different process because they haven't had all of those impressions and they haven't had all of that time to be able to learn about your facility and become warmed up. With driven leads, we're taking that 6-month or 8-month or a year-long process and consolidating it down to 3 days. They see an ad, they book an appointment, they come in through the doors in 3 days or less. So that person's not as far along the buying process. And we're going to need to take them from where they are to a point in which they're ready to become a long-term happy member. A lot of clients that work with us in the beginning, their close ratio with cold traffic will be pretty low. But over the course of a few weeks, the tools that I'm about to share with you takes them to a place where they've just about quadrupled their close ratio compared to what it was when they started with us. So here is how it works. There's 3 things. Number 1, you've got to have a strong needs analysis. Number 2, you need to have a great price presentation. And number 3, you and everyone on your team has to be able to handle all of the most common objections. So you've got to have a really good needs analysis in the beginning. And a needs analysis is just simply asking someone questions to figure out what's going on in their life and what's motivating them to acquire a membership. I like to categorize this into 4 basic areas. First, there is the question and the topic of where are you now? What's going on in your life? Where are you now? What brought you in through the doors? These are questions like, hey, so what are you doing for your workouts now? Or what brought you in today? Or what have you been doing for your workouts in the past? Or what kinds of things do you like to do for your workouts? Or how long has it been since you had a gym membership? How long has it been since you practiced yoga regularly? And just figure out what's going on in their life and what brought them up to the point in which they decided to come in through your doors. So that's the first category. Where are you now? The second step in a good needs analysis is where would you like to be? These are questions like, what sort of things would you achieve from using this facility regularly? Or if you were to train here for the next 6 months or so, what do you think your life would look like in 6 months? Or this is one of my favorites. Hey, listen, if I could be your fitness genie today and give you anything that you wanted in the realm of fitness, what 3 things would you ask for? Right? And just get someone out of their shell and share some of their goals and share some of the things that they would like to achieve in their life. And that could be a simple question is, if you were to invest in your health and fitness, what sort of goals would you like to attain, right? So a big category of questions figuring out where they want to go. The third topic is, what will that do for you? So essentially, all right, when you tone up a little bit and get that six-pack, or when you gain a little bit of extra weight and become a little bit stronger, right? What is that going to do for you in your life? How does that benefit your life outside of the gym? So when you've achieved X, Y, and Z, what other impacts will that have on your life? And what we're looking to do is get to the core of why they want to achieve those goals, right? Here's the thing, no one is interested in your membership, and they're actually not even interested in achieving the goals that they came there to achieve. They're interested in the effects that achieving the goals will have on their life. So that's what they're there for, and that is the important thing to find out in the process of this needs analysis. And when you do that, you're no longer selling a membership. You're not pushing someone into your fitness facility. You're helping them achieve what they came there to achieve in life. Now notice, asking these questions, they're things that seem like common sense, but a lot of your prospects, when they're coming in, especially from cold traffic sources, will not have sorted all of that out. So by nature of you asking a series of questions like this and helping them to outline and define the things that they want to achieve in their life, you've become their assistant, right? You're not a salesperson. You're there to assist them on the journey that they're getting ready to embark on. And the membership is no longer your objective or theirs. The membership is simply the vehicle to convey them to where they want to go, right? So this is a really powerful place to come from, because you're there to help them achieve what they came there to achieve, and you're not just pushing them into a membership. The fourth and final category that should be in your needs analysis is, what's kept you from achieving X, Y, and Z in the past? So if someone says, look, I just want to tone up a little bit more, maybe lose 10 pounds, you go a little bit deeper and you hear that they're going to gain confidence out of that and feel a lot better about themselves and be more effective at work and all of those lifestyle benefits, then you're going to say, okay, well, what's kept you from losing that 10 pounds in the past? And what we're looking for here is to find any roadblocks to their success and bring up any objections. So if they're saying, I work out at this or that gym, or I practice yoga at home, or whatever else it happens to be, you'll say, well, what's kept you from achieving X, Y, and Z with what you're currently doing or with what you had been doing? And that's where we'll figure out any of the roadblocks that they may have that you can help them around. So those are the 4 categories of questions that'll be in a good needs analysis. The next thing that's going to happen after that is a price presentation. The price presentation should be written in such a way to remind your rep to present price the same way and offer them the membership in a way where it's designed to help them achieve the things that they came there to achieve. So number 1, it reminds the rep, and number 2, it should be built so that commitment is gained throughout the process. Right? We don't want to sell someone in one fell swoop of, hey, do you want to get started? Right? We want to build up to a sale one step at a time. So a good price presentation is going to take someone forward minor commitment by minor commitment by minor commitment. Just this little series of micro commitments so that at the end, all you have to say is, great, let's go ahead and get you started. Now the third step in any great sales process is handling objections. Because no matter how good your needs analysis is, and no matter how good your price presentation is, you are still going to experience some of the common objections. And guess what? You already have the answers to the test. Think about it. If you made a list of the most common objections that you hear with people getting ready to start your fitness facility and putting on the brakes for one reason or another, what you'll hear is they'll say things like, it costs too much, I want to speak with my partner about it, I'm not sure that I have enough time, right? Those are some of the most common objections that we hear. Cost, price, time, and this is one of my favorites, I want to think about it. So what we know is that those 4 things are not just what people share in your fitness facility. Those are the 4 categories of objections that people share with every single fitness facility out there in every single part of the world. And guess what? Those objections are not just unique to the fitness industry. Those are the same 4 objections that people present for sales of every sort all around the world. So we know it's not an objection to your membership. It's not an objection to the product that you're providing. It's simply what's hardwired into human psychology. So you and your team needs to be prepared to handle those 4 categories of objections. So with those simple steps, you'll be able to outline a really powerful sales process that can take that cold traffic and make sure that they come in as cold traffic and walk out as a long-term happy member. And those steps in the process are what I share as part of the Fit Club Accelerator program.